series. Our book, The Lies That Bind, releases November 1st. We're very excited about that.
Very excited.
We're here to answer a couple questions.
And the questions we have today are about secret societies and why we decided to have secret societies play such a big role in the Liar Society. Yeah. So aptly named.
I think when we set out to write this book, we were very fascinated with a sorority-esque angle, and the secret societies in our book actually started as one society. It was called the Elite, and through editing we actually changed it and branched off into two societies, girls versus boys type of feel. But in the beginning it was really mainly focused on girls and the things that girls do to each other and do to fit in, and I think that was where we were going.
The big thing for me too is that the book is set at this very exclusive private academy called Pemberley Brown, and the basis, we actually based Pemberley Brown and a lot of the traditions and history behind it on where I went to college, which is Miami University, Miami of Ohio. And Miami is a school like Pemberley Brown in that it takes itself so seriously. It tells people that they call themselves the Harvard of the Midwest, which if you don't live in Ohio, I don't even think you know like Miami University exists. It's like Ohio and Chicago and probably that's it. But regardless, they take it very seriously, and they take their academic standing and their students and everything super seriously. And one of the things that was really big at Miami was they have a huge amount of Greek life, and it's one of the very few universities in the country where if you don't have much of a social life unless you're in a fraternity or a sorority. And they call it like the cradle of sororities or something like that. Like so many fraternities and sororities were founded at Miami, and they all started off as underground societies. I know this because I was a Delta Zeta for one solitary semester, and we were called the Easy Deesies, and as you can imagine, it did not end particularly well because I was neither easy nor
a Deesy.
I was neither of those things. So it's actually a very sad story, but one of the things I did learn as a result of that awful experience was that our sorority was founded there, and it started off as like this underground society where they literally met underneath the dorms, and that's kind of where, because there's this weird rule, again, Miami is so quirky and weird, one of their rules is that this woman gave millions and millions and millions of dollars to the university. She did it with the stipulation that there could never be sorority houses because they were brothels. And so that she thought, which is, you could make an argument there, I mean, truthfully. So there's no sorority houses on campus, and so where the sororities meet at Miami is they meet in like these big like underground, not underground, they're not in tunnels. It's not near, trust me, it's not that cool.
Not nearly as cool.
Not nearly as cool as Pemberley Brown, but they meet in like, you know, large suites, they call them, in the dorms, and some of them are actually like in the basement. Yeah. So that was a little bit, that played into on like why we thought secret societies would be so cool, is that it's very true to kind of where we set the setting that we based the book on.
And then as we got to editing the book, and the societies actually evolved, and we love to play around with the whole boy versus girl angle, and what like that would,
girl power, and what that looks like, yeah, and
how that looks at
how
a
that
school.
plays out. Because Pemberley, if you've read the books, you know that there were originally two schools. There was an all-boys school and an all-girls school, and Pemberley, the aptly named school for girls, because every feminist loves Jane Austen, obviously, was the girls' school, and Brown was the boys' school, and then they merged. And so when that merger happened, there were these feminist women. Pemberley was founded by suffragettes. So random. But it was founded by suffragettes. It was very exclusive and very feminist, and so like some of the girls, when they were very unhappy about being co-ed, and they went underground and formed the sisterhood. And likewise, that's how the brotherhood was founded as well. As far as research goes for the secret societies, I would cite repeated watching of Skulls. Because really, can you ever have too much Joshua Jackson? The answer is absolutely not, particularly when he's in a secret society where they're giving them like Amex black cards and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Television. I think television is our main
Source of overactive imaginations. There was actually very little true. I think we bought one book and it was like the history of secret societies that we read maybe.
I did a few Wikipedia searches. No, a lot of it comes from our own imagination, which is the best part about the books, is that it doesn't really require all that much research.
Yeah.
And but we knew we wanted to, deal with the whole secretive nature. It's just pretty cool. I mean, and
what's awesome is that you can make them do whatever you want.
Yes.
You can really play with it, and you can kind of make them power. And the really cool thing at Pemberley Brown too is that not only are characters that are currently in high school and currently in these societies, there's generations of people who have attended
huge alumni
these societies.
network.
And so you've got people's parents that are involved, and headmasters, and all different kinds of people, and janitors, and that you wouldn't necessarily think would be involved in the societies
runs very deep. And that's the cool thing about Pemberley too, is that we get to do whatever we want with Pemberley. It doesn't have to be, like a typical school. It can be the school of our imagination, and people ask if we went to a private school, and we went to an extremely boring public school, but it's just fun to write Pemberley because, Lisa and I laugh, but you can have a zoo on campus if you want a zoo on campus.
If you need a wolf attack in a book, which we might.
We might.
There have been a lot of discussions lately about a wolf attack, and Pemberley Brown is a place where wolves roam free if you want them to. Pretty much, and there's a cemetery, there's a lake. Every time we write a new Liar Society book, Pemberley Brown gets a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger, which is
lots of fun.
Okay, well, thanks so much for having us. We're so pleased to be invited as part of the Authors Are Rockstars.
And we hope you guys like the next book.
And check out Sourcebook's website. We are going to be on tour November 1st through 10th, and their cities are listed, and dates will be coming soon. We'd love to see all you guys in person. Thanks so much. Bye.